in about 5 seconds. So before I bring up our first speaker, I just want to say that I've known him for more than 11 years and I've seen him build with his heart, his passion, his very strong purpose. And I'm so glad to be here today after 11 years with our amazing leaders from overseas, which you know they are here today. They fly thousands of miles away. I mean, some of you did come from outstation. I see some from Singapore, some from JB. Who else? From North? Huh? Where? Penang. Where else? Thailand. Where else?
Hong Kong.
Where else? Hong Kong. Yes. Yes. Where else? Australia. And you know our 6-star directors come from where? Thousands of miles away to be with us today, to share what they know. So that's why, as I said, you know, this is a time for us to learn. Power-packed session for the next 100 minutes, because this is going to change your life from this moment forward. Okay? How many of you love ang paos?
Me.
Who wants ang pao?
Me.
Who wants ang pao on recurring weekly basis?
Me.
Who wants cycle ang pao?
Me.
Okay, I've got the right person to share about with you. Okay, let's all give a warm Malaysian welcome to our 6-star director all the way from US, Samson Li.
Thank you. Thank you, Michelle. Please give Michelle a big hand. All right. How's everybody today? Cool? 身體快樂萬事如意身體健康 Alright? So that's about my Cantonese. Just kidding. It's my honor to be back with all of you, Miss Malaysia, and especially the food, and of course the people. And today we're going to have a good time. Okay, now before I get started, I want to make sure I understand who I am talking to. Alright? So let me ask, how many of you is first time in the industry? First time? First time, yeah? Alright, thank you. And then how many of you have been in the industry but have not made a lot of money yet in your own thinking? Okay. So, and then how many of you have been in the industry, have been to the very top? Alright, very good. Okay, so great. So we have a big variety of people, yeah? Now, today I'm going to share how to master your business. Now, this is a very challenging session for me and for all of you. Why for me? Because it's going to be very intensive. Now, are you ready?
Yes.
Huh? Yes. What? Are you ready?
Yes.
That's better, okay? So, it's also important, I understand, I'm going to have a lot of slides, but here's the thing. I don't want you to be overwhelmed by the slide. When I say something, it's okay to think about it. It's okay. Okay? But try to stay focused, yeah? Now, if I feel like we go too long and the energy is down in the room, we might take a quick break. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay. But I want to share with you the very fundamentals, and it's a lot, and feel free to take pictures, it's fine, no problem. But just what I have experienced in the last almost 20 years in my career in the industry. So, first I also like to ask, all right, need some entertainment, okay? All right. But I want to ask, how many of you have been in sales before? Okay, so a little higher? Okay, so maybe just maybe 20% of the room. Okay, so I asked that because it's different than many other jobs or businesses, right? So, but what we're doing is from sales is more marketing, and marketing. How many of you think advertising is marketing? Okay, it is and not. It's a tool. It's a tool. It's not the real marketing, right? Because the real marketing is what? Facts tell, story sells. So all of you here, you have worked very hard to qualify to be here. You're some of the highest paid storytellers. Okay? Never forget that. Facts tell, story sell. Okay? So now what I'm going to do is some of you are pros and have been at the very top, and some of you are first timers. So just let the information come to you. Whatever you pick up, you pick up. All right? But the most important thing is to keep an open mind. No prejudging. Don't think about your past. Just let the words come to you. Is that okay?
Yes.
Now, anybody good in meditation? All right. So many years ago, how my Mandarin got a little bit better was I sat there in front of a big event, like a 2-day event, and we had many throughout the years. I sat there and I tried to have my mind just blank. Just let the words came to me, and soon my Mandarin was a little bit better. I don't know how it happened, but that's how it worked. So just let it come to you, okay? And what I share with you today is actually something that we use over and over and over again in many, many, many countries, cross-culture. Because at the end of the day, first, it's about people, right? This is a business about people. It's a people business. So of course, there's variation in terms of different culture, different countries, right? Different economic status of people, where they background and all that. But we're just people. At the end of the day, let me ask you, does everybody love Korean soap opera? Why? Because it's drama, right? That is cross-culture, right? And so there's a lot of things to know. Human beings, we have feelings. We're not just the logical mind on the left side of the brain, but we actually have feelings. And many of those, in a way, it's like vibrations, right? It's like energy sent out, right? So you can receive or give. I say all this because I want to prep you what I'm going to talk about. I don't want you to be stuck on any one thing I say. But subconsciously, through your experience, and that's what I'm trying to talk to you. I'm not talking to you. I'm trying to talk to your subconscious. Just let it come to you, and whatever your brain can put together, that's where you are. Because we're at different levels of, people in different levels of business, okay? All right, so I'm going to show you, first of all, my talk we just did in the Las Vegas Leadership Conference. How many of you were there? Thank you, Kina. Well, Kina's probably the one who came the farthest, right? Orlando, Florida to Malaysia. All right, Kuala Lumpur. So Kina was there. So it'll be a little bit repeat for her, but sometimes it is about why and vision and purpose in what we do. Money is the result. I like how Kim puts it. Money is like energy that you use, right? If you have $100 you can use that energy to do something. If you have $1,000 you can use $1,000 as energy to do something. Does that make sense? Yes. Right? So it's like an energy exchange. But so behind that though is our intention. Why we do the things we do. What's our intention going into everything? And I hope that all of you live life with intention. There's too many of us living in the past. When we're in the past, we get trapped by our past, and we cannot move forward. When there are things that do not serve you, that you cannot control, don't waste your energy and time on it. Find alternatives and move on. If you can do that in this business, you will move very fast, because you'll be able to get over people saying no very fast. Next. No, it's not for you, it's not for you, it's not for you. Next. So, okay, let's talk about that real quick. Now, in life, you don't want to be a chicken, do you? Okay? You know what a chicken does, right? Like, many times we are controlled by fear. Oh, what's my friend going to say? What is this person going to say? What if I don't do it? We have all that in the back of our mind, right? But the fear, right? And a lot of people, they're not willing to take risks. They're in fear too. They're like, I don't know, is this thing real? And no matter what you say, no matter how many clinical studies you show them, no matter how many testimonies you show them, they say no. Because they're in that mode of fear, right? They don't want to stretch. It's like also people at a job. How many of you have jobs? Okay, what are you doing here? Did not tell the boss. Okay, we won't tell the boss. But it's like, at a job, they feed you, right? It's like chickens, like you go, when you grow chickens, you feed them, right? So every day they're going, oh, come back. Oh, there's something to eat. Oh, here's a little bit more. Oh, and then a little bit more. They keep looking. They just see what's in front of them. They just see what's in front of them. And they never look up. And one day, maybe one of the chickens look up and say, oh my God, the sky is so big. It's more than just those little corns that's on the ground. That's how life is. That's why people want freedom and opportunity. They know there's something bigger. So don't be a chicken, okay? If you ever feel yourself, I don't know, say, think about that chicken. Brush it off. Because you would rather be a tiger, right? What does a tiger do? What is a tiger like, right? Is a tiger ready? Is it strong? Does it know what it's doing? Is it patient? Does it wait for the right timing? Because a tiger doesn't go chase a prey. They wait for the prey, right? So it's like, that's why we talk about crouching tiger, right? Hidden dragon, right? Because a tiger is ready all the time. It's an attitude. It's not the know-how, it's an attitude. So would you rather be the chicken or the tiger? Exactly. So look, at lunch I was telling somebody, like, when the right person shows up and they're chasing you, show me this, what about this, how do you use this, tell me more. When the right person starts chasing you, you start to realize that, oh my God, all those people say no, what a waste of time. How many of you agree with me? How many of you have experienced that? How many of you have people chasing you? That's right, I know, right? See, that's what I realized, like, sometimes we go, oh, this guy's so negative, oh, we're down. Oh, this person's so negative, oh, we're down. Oh, how come they still haven't signed up yet? Disappointment. But then when the right person shows up, they're like, wow, where have I been thinking, wasting my time worrying about those people who say no? That's what I realized. See, maybe some of you might not be there yet because you have not gone through enough people yet. I want to thank Alina and Cindy to pick me up from the airport yesterday. As we were driving in the rain, I was saying, many years ago when I had ran out of my list, I was like looking down the street. I was on top of a hill looking down, just like yesterday in the traffic on the way to the hotel. In the rain, there's a lot of cars. And you know what's in the cars? There's people. And you know what? How many of them are in three? Probably nobody. Nobody on that highway. Very few. What is the opportunity? It's gigantic. Does it make sense? Okay. So, look, sometimes the journey is rough. Now, if you've ever been to Yellowstone, you might have seen this other national park. Okay? This is the Grand Teton in Wyoming. In Wyoming, you know what they're famous for? Cowboy. Literally, that's the thing. Okay, you go to Jackson Hole, that's where all the celebrities go skiing in Wyoming, and then you go past the Grand Teton on your way to Yellowstone National Park. So here, this is actually what the mountain looks like. Is it rough looking? It's very rough. And if you imagine, just try to hike that. And every year, there's actually a race down the mountain. It's pretty high, But, and you'd be surprised how fast they can run down. But imagine though, if you were just going on the ridge from one peak to the other, they still have to go up and down, up and down, up and down, right? And there's snow on it, I think pretty much year round. So it's dangerous. And it's unpredictable. Sometimes that's how life is. And sometimes that's how business is. So how do we make it better, right? What can make it better? Well, you got to have your reasons, your intention for doing it, okay? Think about deeply why you do the things you do in life. I hope it's not just money, because money, again, is the result of what you do. And it's the energy you manifest from your intention. That's what it is. So as you go out, think about, a lot of people say, this is my why, my family. I do it for the kids. I do it for my parents. I do it for the means that I can take care of them, that I can maybe provide a better life. A lot of people talk about, maybe it'd be nice to have a house by the beach with a fancy car. How many of you like that too? Right? There's a lot of nice beaches in Malaysia, right? A lot, right? I just haven't been to any of them. Nobody take me. Okay, I just don't have enough time, right? But imagine though, lifestyle is nice, right? Like somebody asked me, did I fly here in business class? Yes, I did. Okay. It's just that when you make the money, you could, right? So, and I think it's worth it because You know, one thing about your time is so valuable. So if I fly economy, I'll be all twisted like a pretzel. I have to take like 10 Revive to get rid of the aches and pain from sitting in a plane, okay? But, and maybe some of you do the business for travel. How many of you love traveling? I think Malaysia, you know, work hard, play hard. Am I right? Yeah, party, all right. So, traveling is great. How many go to Monaco and France on the 6-star trip? What? Chicken? Are you chicken? Okay. Nobody can tell you no. And I'll tell you, I've seen things happen. Nothing is impossible. People surprise me all the time. Okay. So, but travel is a great way to spend your life. You can have the lifespan, the time that you're on the earth, but also you can have the depth of how you can experience life, right? So think about that. And a lot of people, they want to be debt-free. Do they look happy? You know, I'm going to save that stamp, you know. Anybody who becomes debt-free, I'm going to like, boop, put a picture and put a stamp on their picture, okay? You know, just imagine just living life without having to worry about bills. Would that be nice? And without having to worry about other people's bills, like your parents' bills. Would that be nice? It's important. A lot of people, they just got lost in life because of debt, okay? Okay, now, and also sometimes we love to give. To give, you know, the real honor is for the giver. That's where it is, you know? The giver always receives the greatest gift. And I love to give without expecting to receive. That's real giving, right? So there's a lot of good things we can do in the world, a lot. But we start just with the few of us here. And maybe your people outside. This idea that we can do something positive in the world, right? And how do you give? How do you impact people's lives? Maybe it's just that $500, $1,000 US. It can change your life. You know? You never know. You never know what you can do for people. And maybe some of you just want peace. How many of you out there want peace? Right? Just peace, spiritual peace, peace in your heart, peace in your mind. What is that worth to you? It's priceless. When you're at a stage where you can enjoy, really have that, it's priceless. It's priceless. So, let's think about that. How badly do you want it? Well, it all depends what it costs you, right? Now, if I had that steel beam here, we call that an I-beam. It's like an eye. You see the eye on the side, right? So, if I said DSM, if that beam was here, okay, it's on those two chains, right? So it'll probably move a little bit. But it's very low. It's only like 3 feet off the ground. If you can walk across DSM without falling off, I'll give you $100 US. Would you do it?
Definitely.
Definitely. How many of you would do it? Okay? All right. Now, let's say we elevate the beam a little bit. Yeah, put the beam on the bottom. Oh my God, it's high, right? And I say, look, how many of you would take me up on it? If you walk across that beam without falling, I give you $500. Would you try? If it's like 20 feet in the air. Would you do it? Some of you would still try, right? That's right. But it's getting dangerous, isn't it? Because you fall, you might break your ankle. Right? Now, you know that famous building? I had this in the US, huh? Yeah, see? And hey, one side is built by who and one side is built by who? And there's a bridge in the middle, right? Now, if we're on that bridge, right, and it's beautiful. Look, I had a video here, but it doesn't play very well, but it's beautiful, the night shot, right? Now, one more. Here we go. Now, if we're here in the middle, right, on the bridge, it's not the highest point yet. But if me and you are on there, you're on one side, and I'm on the other with your family, with your kids, or your parents. And it's raining, the rainstorm. It's rainy season, right? But instead of not only the rain, but big wind, like a monsoon, right? I don't think it ever happens here, but big wind and big rain, right? I say, if you don't come across, You know, your kids or your parents are going to fall off. What are you going to do? Are you going to come across?
Run across.
Are you going to run across?
Yes.
Or are you going to stay on the other side?
Run.
Are you going to run across?
Run across. Fly across.
Just think about it in your mind. So, when the why is strong enough, the how to come along. People find a way. You can will it to happen. No matter how dangerous it is, if it's worth it, you need to do it. Right? That's how it is. So, well, it could be a more beautiful grand teton if we make it, if we live it with intention. And you know what will help you is your vision and your why. Vision is where you want to be. There's a difference in business and in life. What I learned is don't go step by step. Don't go step by step if you had a choice. Now, when we're kids going to school, we really don't know much. But if we mature a little bit more, if we have parents who give us the right advice, we think a little bit further of where we want to be. So, your vision is where you want to be, how you want to live. Instead of thinking how much money you want to make, think about what kind of life you want. 3 is the platform to help us get there. Right? But it's not the only thing, right? Obviously. But it's a path. But what do you really want? How do you really want to live? Ask yourself that regardless where you come from, your background, who's around you, how much money you have or don't have. Think about where you want to go. If you never think about it, I guarantee you, you will never get there. Does it make sense? You know how your brain works? And maybe some of you know already. When you think of it, then you will see everything else that will lead you there. That's how your brain works. It's like if you buy a piece of clothing, like a dress or a shirt, or maybe you bought your car, your favorite car, and you chose the color, right? And how it looks. Once you have it, you go out the street, somebody else with the same shirt, somebody else with the same dress, somebody else with the same car. But you never saw it before until you had it. But the physical act of having it versus you imagine it having it, your brain cannot tell the difference. So the more you imagine it, the more you see it in your mind, the more your mind will lead you to it. That's, in a way, what they call the law of attraction, but it's not. It's just actually how your brain works. That's how it works. If you focus on negative things, all you see are the negative things, then you're having a negative life. Does it make sense?
Yes.
Don't forget that. And those things that you need to teach the people that you contact with, that those need to teach the people in your team. That's how it works. That's how you work. So your vision is very important. Your why is very important. If people don't have a strong why, they're going to quit very fast. Does that make sense? Right? It's like $100 just to walk a 3-foot high beam, right? Across a 3-foot high beam versus being at the towers, right? Petronas Tower, you're trying to get across to save your family. It's two different things. So why are you here? Think about the why, your why, how does it feel? If you know your why, think about how it makes you feel. Because some of you are just like, oh, I want a lot of money. Yeah, I feel good, but that's temporary. I got a pretty nice car. I got a Porsche, I got a GT3, pretty fancy. It's very fast. It's like very expensive. But by the time I get in it, drive it one time, it's already old. That's how it is. Okay, what's my next car? But that's how it is. It's temporary. But when your why is strong, even if it's painful, what happens if you don't do it? What's it going to cost you? Are you going to be the same way? Just be like having, whatever you're not happy with in life, you're just going to keep having it. Right? I mean, at least the situation. But true happiness comes from inside. I'll share with you later. So in a sense, a lot of people, they don't realize 3 is really a gift. You know whose hands those are, right? That's Kim's hands. Right? We decided to just put that on in the first PowerPoint, right? In a way, for her, it's a gift. For her, a woman who has everything. Why is it a gift? It represents purpose. It represents healing the world. It represents inspiring people to do more for themselves and for other people. Really leading humanity to a better place. Many years ago when I went to business school, it's a dog-eat-dog world. Everybody's on their own. You gotta fight your way up. Have you heard that before? Yeah, that's to divide us. Why human beings are the dominant species on this planet? Because we cooperate. That's how we can fight off all the lions and tigers and all the predators. We cooperate. Cooperation, teamwork is actually the way to success, to ultimate success. Okay? Now, maybe we can do the next PowerPoint. So, now, are you set for me to talk about, now that I've set the stage for your mind, right? Now you gotta keep it open. I'm just gonna go through this very fast, all 64 pages. Are you ready? Now, how much time I have? Okay, I used to be an auctioneer, right? So I can talk very fast. Okay, ready? All right. Okay. I love this picture. 3 is like east meets west, right? Bruce Lee, right? And who's the other person? Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He used to be the center on the Lakers basketball team, right? And Kareem Abdul-Jabbar knew karate. He loves karate. So, what is this movie called? Is it The Game of Death? Where Bruce Lee has to go from, in a pagoda, one level each time he has to defeat somebody. So I love this picture because, and I found out, why he wears this jumpsuit? Do you know why? Because at that time, all the masters, they wear the very traditional Chinese outfit. He is more of a modern age. He wants to change how people look at Kung Fu. And that's why he wears a yellow jumpsuit. Right? A very iconic, right? Yeah, not the outfit with the big sleeves, right? Yeah. So we want to be something different. 3 is something that stands out. It's all how we talk about it. Huh? So when you build a business, it's easy as 1, 2. 1, 2. 3. Right. So how does it work? The actual process is actually very simple. Okay? Enroll consumers and business partners. You gotta massively sort. Like I was saying earlier, a lot of you didn't know how to massively sort. You gotta go through a lot of people to find the right ones. 2, teach others to enroll, customers or brand ambassadors. And then teach others to teach others. Okay? So it's a very simple repetition process, okay? But in between the lines, they always say the detail, right, is in between the lines, right? So what does that talk about? Well, first, to start the business, you guys use your product consistently. How many of you use the product consistently? It's very important. And that's why all of you are here. All right? It's a very important point. Like for me, personally, I say, look, if I don't use a product, how can I tell somebody else about it? That's out of my integrity. Right? And that's a word you can share with other people. If you're in the business, you should use the product. If not, no belief, don't do the business. Okay? So share. Second, many times, this business is like a bucket with a lot of holes. You put a lot of people in this bucket, but they keep coming out, through the holes. But whoever's left, it's the law of averages. You're going to go through a lot of people to find a few, right? Is it like 10%? Is it like 20%? Is it like 30%? It depends on how you do the business, how you talk and what you say, right? Now, so how do you overcome the law of average? Let's say you talk to 10 people, only 1 or 2 sign up. Maybe 5 interested, only 1 or 2 sign up. How do you overcome that? You have to use the law of large numbers. Let's say if I talk to 10 people, I sign up 5, but you talk to 100 and sign up 20. Your ratio is lower than mine, but you talk to more people than me, you sign up more people than me. Does it make sense? It's large number. Anytime that you feel stuck, you know what's the answer? talk to some new people. That's the answer. That's the automatic answer. Don't get stuck. When you get stuck, you know where you are? You're only in your own mind. It's your own thinking. Go out there in the rain on the highway. See how many cars are there. How many people in three? Very few, if any. That's how big this market is. And not only KL, right? Well, not only PJ, right? Not only Malacca, right? Not only Penang, right? And all the other places in Malaysia and beyond. My dream for Three is to see somebody, not one, but a group of people from any one country. For example, Malaysia. You have your global business. You have people all over, in Taiwan, in Australia, in US, and maybe later we do Europe. What about Middle East? What about, all the other countries? My dream is to watch you do it, because you know it can be done, and you're changing people's lives. I was in Germany for 2.5 weeks, and when I went to the airport to come home, you know what I saw? I heard? People from China. Oh, people from China over there, people from China over there. It doesn't matter you speak Chinese or not. But if you speak Chinese only, even no English, the market is everywhere. I'm like, oh my gosh, we need to be in Europe. And same thing, a lot of people speak English in the cities in Europe. If you go to Amsterdam, you go to Holland, everybody speaks English. Many, many countries speak English. English is the language of business, right? So you got to go through a lot of people to get the few right ones. Now, so what you're doing is you're adding value. You like that? The Simpsons, right? The cartoon. They're adding value, right? So how do you add value? You go prospecting and pique interest to share with people. The energy that you put forth is value. You're actually contributing to this universe. And by your invitation, I always say, when there's high tech, you need high touch. High tech, high touch. How should you do the business? It's how you want other people to treat you doing the business. Does that make sense? Like if you want it, what I suggest, if you don't know, all of you go to a fancy hotel. I like the Ritz-Carlton. I like the brand because everybody is so well trained there. I was shocked. One of the places I love to stay in Hong Kong is the Ritz-Carlton, right? It's like lobbies on the 103rd floor. Some of you been there, right? So many years ago, I go there, I get out of the car, check in. Oh, what's your name? Let me get your, what's your last name? A little tag for the luggage, right? And I'm up to the 103rd floor to check in, right? So that valet saw me one time. 3 days later, he saw me again, said, Mr. Li, how you doing? I'm like, what? 3 days later, I was shocked. I said, wow, these people are well trained. Anybody in hospitality? No, none here? But imagine if you were that good in touching people. Do you know what I'm saying? Who can reject you? You are somebody of class. You're somebody of integrity, reputation. You're somebody who cares about other people. Who can reject you? And in this industry, over so many years, one person, I love to see her work is Chloe. Because if you know Chloe, she doesn't need money. She has money. But she would care about you so much, she cannot say no. I said, wow, this woman is good. She just care about you. She expressed to you, she articulate to you her care about you. She's concerned about your life. I'm like, wow, that's completely different. How many of you do business like that? Right? Think about that. If you're somebody that you're not so familiar with, but there's somebody who just cares so much about you. It's not even about money, That's a big change from me 20 years ago. I just lost a lot of money in my furniture business. I was an auctioneer, so I was all into selling, right? So I can sign people up. Oh, sign up people, I make that kind of money. And I'm like before I meet them, I'm thinking, what am I going to say? What am I going to say to them, right? I'm preparing in my mind. Well, later I found out it doesn't really work it out. You got to be present to hear what they say before you can think about what to say from your lips to them. It's okay. You don't need to be the best one. You just need to be the one that care the most. That works a lot. And when I saw Chloe do it many years ago on stage, showing how she does it, I was just like, wow, I gotta learn some of that, you know? So there's many ways. So inviting, presenting, enrolling, it's all about caring, really. We can share. Sharing is caring. Have you heard that before? It's true, but it brings new meaning when you see people doing it, right? And many times now, I think over the years I've opened my own heart, I've opened it a lot more, and I can really feel, I have the empathy for others. Whatever the situation, I can really feel it. And I just wish I can, and then I start to articulate, try to tell them how it can be different, how they can be better, and show my care. Practice that as if you were talking to your little 2-year-old or 3-year-old or 4-year-old. Because adults, they're just big kids. They still need that care and love, okay? And so instead of just kind of go head to head with them, look at it from their point of view. Put yourself in their shoes. You'll get much better results, okay? So, well, how you do the business is your philosophy, how you position yourself, right? So now, this is going to go fast here. Are you product focused, opportunity focused? Are you talking about wages? I'm still on the wage as opposed to profit. Is wages better or is profit better? Profit, because there's no limit to how much you can make, right? Do you treat it as a job or your own business? How many treat it like your own business? Everybody should raise their hand, right? Yeah, right? People, it's funny, I see people saying, Daniel, when they see Daniel, you're the boss. No, he's not our boss. He's Keith's boss. He's not our boss, okay? Don't forget that, okay? It's your business, okay? Okay, some of you laugh, but it's true, okay? So who still think that Daniel's the boss? Just checking, okay? Do you consider this part-time or full-time? Or is it your part-time to make your full-time wages? Then you gotta fire the boss. Right? Which one is it? Right? Are you doing fast or slow? How many of you want fast? Okay, some of you still didn't put your hand up, so probably slow, huh? I get it, okay? You decide, okay? Now, are you going to do a lot of in-person or social media? Now, if you're not good at social media, don't do social media so much. Do more in-person. If you're good at social media, you can do a little bit. But the whole point in social media is just conversion. It's the conversion. How many of you can actually use social media to not sell a product, but really sponsor a business partner? It's very hard. It's all, at the end of the day, they might see what you're doing, and maybe some will be curious enough to message you to find out. But if you leave everything online like texting, you're not going to get anywhere. When someone interested, meet face to face. Okay? All right. Because it's about trust. Is your relationships transactional? Or are you building a relationship? This is like the ultimate referral business. Now, at this time, I want to make a very important point. The thing that turned my career in this industry around completely is the moment I started to work with the people in my team and their contacts. That's the whole point of the business. Like, when I ran out of contacts, what I'm going to do? My strong suit is how I look and what I say. So I got to go out and meet somebody, right? That's back then, this is my last platform. So in 2009, 2010, I'm like, I ran out of my contact. What am I going to do? But actually, that was only my head. When I look at my phone again, still a lot of people I haven't talked to. But then, also, I stood on top of the hill. There's so many people down there. I just need to get my face in front of somebody. That's all I thought. And so every morning I think, who can I talk to today? Who can I talk to today? Who can I talk to today? See, some of you are so frustrated with my friends saying no, you forgot to think of who can you talk to today? Don't get stuck. You gotta keep looking forward. You don't have time. Okay? But once I figured out, you know what? I just have to find out who wants it. And then, hey, let's talk about who they know. Maybe at least 20 names. Maybe we can strategize, like, maybe I can share with them how I can talk with maybe this person who's an attorney background, this person who's CPA background, this person is an engineer background, this is their family member, how to talk to them. So once I go take a look at the first 20, I'm like, okay, then let me help you with that. At least we can get them started, right? We know who's in their network. And once I started doing that, my team started growing. Because a brand new person, they're not sure what to say, but we can kind of share with them a little bit, okay? So by building the relationship, by working with them, you start to build trust with them, right? If you're somebody who's trustworthy. All right? High touch, high tech meets high touch. Don't forget the high touch. If this is going to be $1 billion company, my question to you is, how are you representing this $1 billion company? Right? Okay? Okay. So, is it going to be a small business or big business?
Big.
How big? Massive, right? Now, this can be a crazy business. I mean, I was lucky enough, have the opportunity to build businesses all over the world. It's incredible. I don't go for vacation, but obviously, because I have partners all over the world, I go like a local, right? So it's a blessing, but also it's an honor to really work with people around the world and learn about them. And know that they're at the end of the day, they want the same thing as you. They just need your help, right? So this can be a very, very big business. So how you go global is by building local. Is it easier to build local than global? It is. A lot of people ask, so how do you build all over the world? It's about trust. It's about trust. It's not the distance. But if you have trust with somebody overseas, different country, that's how you can build global. If you don't have trust, forget about it. No matter how many clinical studies you send them. It's about trust, and that's how you build global. That's actually how it's done. Don't stress about it. If you do the right thing, if you sort through the right people, if you help them, if you're in the trenches to help them build their business, your business will go global, 100%. Okay, now, so know what you have in your hand. You gotta know what you have in your hand. Many years ago, I didn't realize. Look, because I came from a business where, I did real estate, I can see the houses I'm selling, or the mortgages I'm financing. I had my furniture business, I had 3 stores, I can see what I'm selling, I can see who I'm selling to. But in this business, it's like, it's up in the air, right? It's like meeting. How do you make millions? I don't know. That's why I thought, when I first met Kim 20 years ago, I just saw her meeting after meeting, and then she fly off all over the place, and like, oh my gosh, Then I realized business is not what you see, it's what's in here. It's in the air, it's in the cloud. Imagine 3 in the November, December of 2022 in Sedona, in Utah. Just a few of us talking about putting 3 together, what we need, what kind of product. Meeting Dr. Dan, meeting Daniel. Just a few of us. And now, all of you here and around the world. Just what? A few people coming together with some ideas. And then go taking some action. There's more than 5 or 6 people here. That means all of you can do a lot more. That's where we were in December, before the company opened, before the website opened, before Keith Tan decided to come on board. Okay? We're just talking. So know what's in your hand. It's people, it's leadership that builds and where the business rises and falls on. So if you have the right people, they know what they're doing, they're experienced, they're proven, they have a good chance of making it. Okay? So marketing, facts tell, stories sells. Storytelling is the most effective way to merge meaning and emotions. Don't forget about that. Many years ago, I forgot, because I wasn't somebody who's very emotional. I was just very steady. And I'm that kind of guy. I'm very steady, right? Anybody know me? I'm a very steady kind of guy, right? Not generally, but it's like, not emotional, all right? But storytelling is how you can connect. I used to be very logical, very left brain. But I love good movies too. And through the journey I realized, what? We're all like athletes. You know what athletes do? And we talked about that last night, Elena? Well, athletes, they work hard for years, right? Without knowing if they're going to be good or not. They just compete. Obviously, a lot of people drop out, right? Give up. But there's still a lot of people competing. And if they go to Olympics, they happen to be probably the top 3 in that event in their country. Are they winners? Yes or no? But imagine if you know that you don't have the best time in the world. Maybe you're track and field. You're not even close to the best time. You know when you go to Olympics representing your country, you're going to lose to somebody else who is among the best of the best in the world. But you still go. But what's the point? Because it's not about winning. So one of the people I read about, read from is Simon Sinek. He had a great book called Infinite Game. A lot of old thinking is about winning. Well, win in business. You gotta win, you win, make you win. But you know what? Winning is a destination. There is no destination. Life keeps going. It's the infinite game that you keep going on. But what do you really want? That's all in this infinite game. 3, work hard at it. It'll be a legacy company. I told my wife recently, I said, look, if you let me travel in the next 2 to 3 years intensively building it, we can be set for the next 10 to 20 years, right? But that's the kind of business this can be for all of you. There's no balance. Entrepreneurs really don't have balance. But in this kind of business, at least we have a chance to get closer to being balanced once we've built it. This is the time. This is the year in 2025, 26, and 27, this is the year. If you hammer it, you're going to be set. It's going to happen. Okay, if you don't do it, somebody else will. In this business, it's about your story. All of you have a lot of value. We all come from different backgrounds, different life. And there are people out there similar to any one of us. But people need to know there's hope, right? That something can be done about their situation. That's why we're here. That's why Kim talked about helping humanity. We are the very first group of people in 3. Still, where we can change millions of lives, if not billions, right? Create your story, master sharing it. Write it down, but think it through and feel it through. One of my favorite books I used to write my story is called A Thesaurus. A thesaurus, if you don't know, it has a lot of synonyms, right? So if you say amazing, it'll have a lot of words that has similar meaning to amazing, right? So I keep looking up the words on how to make my story more emotional, where people can understand it on many levels, the logical and the emotional levels. Get better at your story. The best people can tell the story the best, right? So your story, very simple. Your ID before 3, what did you do? Introduced to 3, and since 3, what has happened? It's very simple. But it's not so simple, because you have to be able to tell. Now, I know some of you out there, like Christopher, have been working with us for a long time. Still, you still got to go back and master your story. Because you know what? Let me tell you something. We all live the life that we have because we tell ourselves the story that we tell ourselves. So it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's a self-fulfilling life. I come from, my parents are middle class, and and so I'm going to be middle class. Well, there you are. You prophesy your future. As opposed to be open-minded. I'm not that person. I'm not that generation. I'm going to have more. I'm going to do better. I can make an impact. I have value. Don't ever let other people decide how much you're worth in all aspects. So write your story. Write the story that you want to live, okay? So when you go out prospecting or piquing interest, share your why. Your why is very important. Tell your story and other people's stories to get the message across. You know, when you talk about, most people, you know, when you have conversation, you talk about money, talk about family, health, helping other people, have fun. How many of you love to have fun vacation? Like, how many of you have been on a 3 incentive trip already? How was it? Was it fantastic? Where did you guys go? Barcelona. Yeah, sorry I wasn't there, but, but I'm sure it was great. I've been to Barcelona, okay? But share that story. A lot of people forget, you know, they're so serious on getting people excited, they forgot to have fun. They forgot to tell how fun the business is, right? So, you gotta sell the sizzle, sell the exciting stuff. Talk about the exciting stuff, not the boring stuff that nobody understands. But why is it 2 legs? Right? Don't talk about that, you know? Okay. Make a list. Your list is your business plan. Encourage every brand ambassador to make their list. Like I say, when somebody gets started, are they excited? Yes or no? Yes. When they're excited, that's the time to instruct them. Hey, so let's talk about who are your top 20 people. You know, you have a little digital copy of the Wow book, right? Who do you know that's spirited? Who do you know that's an achiever? Who do you know that, you know, is kind? First 20 people right away. When they're excited, they can be instructed, right? They will listen because at that moment they see some hope, they see a path to change. They can change. How? Well, let's see who you know first, okay? You decide, fast or slow, enroll till you have no time to enroll. Enroll customer, enroll brand ambassador, till you have no time to enroll. So every day, fill your calendar. You have to fill your calendar. Like say, oh, I'm full time, but you only have like 1 appointment a day, or no appointment a day. Wait, that's not full time. If you really do this business full time, you can be extremely productive. Okay? Look, I understand. Some of you have kids. Some of you have responsibility, like elderly parents, and things you have to do. But whatever other time, you know, Kim used to say, when you walk into a meeting, put everything else outside. Does that make sense? You try to compartmentalize your energy. Whatever you're busy with, I get it. I get it because I'm busy too, right? Me, the same thing. So you have to compartmentalize. You know what? Whatever time you dedicate, put it on your calendar so you can see it. That's the time that you do 3 only. And be super productive. Like this morning, you know, after I flew over, I go to sleep. I wake up, there's like 150 WhatsApps. I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, right? And some of voicemails, right? Voice messages, right? Like double speed, play twice as fast, right? And you know, Kim talks fast already, right? She talks twice as fast, right? Right? It's like, oh, I have to go through it. And within half an hour, I was done. I just did not let anything else distract me. Just boom, okay, right? Just get it done, all right? So you gotta go enroll until you have no time to enroll. So think about who you're gonna talk to every day, every day, every day, every day, every day. You know what's the most ideal? Doesn't matter how many people you talk to. If you can sit down with or on Zoom with somebody, 3 a day, 3 a day, 3 a day, middle, 3 a day. Personal, 3 a day, 3 a day. And then help your people, 3 a day, 3 a day, 3 a day. It can be very fast, okay? And you know, when you go out, talk to people, meet people, put them on your list. New people. Taproot is what I talk about. And you know a tree has a lot of roots, and roots can go very deep, right? So those are the contacts. Your contacts and your contacts' contacts and their contacts, all the way down, very deep, just go down. What I realized, like I said, that what turned my business, my career around in this industry was I learned to do that. I learned to deal with people in a way where I can encourage them, I can inspire them. And when they see hope, they're willing to try. And the first try is, let's take a look at who you know, right? Because that's how we know. We can go talk to strangers. But you talk to 1,000 strangers, you're lucky to sign up 5 to 10. Okay? And if any of those go to work, you'll be lucky. As opposed to you talk to warm market, people they know or kind of know, right? Or that you can build relationship with. And maybe just through those few, if you get to, the people they know, you continuously do that, you might and you will find the people to work the business with you. So now the question is, do you have time to spend too much time on people who are resistant? Well, my suggestion is this. You can be patient, but you cannot carry them on your back. Jim Rohn once said you can carry, if somebody that really want help, you can carry 1, and maybe 2, 3, forget it. Nobody's strong enough to do that. That means you got to keep going till you find the right people. Okay, that's how you're going to solve any problem, right? So taproot is very important. So as you go, it's like, in a way, it's like fitting a puzzle. Connect with prospects, message in before message out. Learn to ask questions before you tell them anything. See how they are. How many of you do that right now? You're asking questions before you tell anything about Three. Because you know what? It's not about Three. It's about them first. It's about their situation, their need, where they are. How do you know Three is a good fit for them? Right? You gotta find out what they want. What is their why? And you need to do that before you bring them to your leader, before you bring them to your expert, even. If you do that, you tell the expert, oh, my friend, they want to make some, another $1,000 so the kids can go to private school. Then your expert will know what to say and how to help them. Does that make sense? Message in, listen before message out. Okay? Be authentic, be real, be caring. Common subjects, how about family, job, vacation, money, health, many other things. Look for hot buttons. As you talk to them, listen carefully. How you can help them. Remember, 5 words. How can I help you? How can I help you? And that's what you'd be thinking as you talk to people. I never lose friends. Because I don't need to be pushy. If I have something they want, they'll be chasing me for it. Yesterday was funny. Right, in the mall, right, Ali? Right, we're going up the escalator. There's another guy going up, I think he's Malay, right? Does he look Malay or does he look Middle Eastern? He look Middle, huh? Sikh. Okay, I couldn't tell. Okay. So anyway, we're going up the escalator and turns around and say, oh, trying to say something in Chinese, like, Happy New Year, right? He say Happy New Year, right? So I said, okay. And then we start talking, right? And then he's like, oh, you have a great aura. When you're positive, you attract people. It's when you're positive in your mind, the way you walk, your posture is different. You actually attract people. You actually do that, right? So I can probably prospect anywhere if I want to, right? But you're the same, you're no different than me. Just like what you think. It's your attitude. Your attitude determines the chemistry in your body. How many of you watched Tony Robbins before or been in his seminar? Within a very short time, he can change the chemistry in your body by changing your attitude. And literally, by changing the story you tell yourself, you see people's body language change. They go from this being slumped to standing very straight. That's you. That's how you can be. Okay? I see some of you sitting very straight. Give yourself a big hand, come on, That's how it is. When you go talk to people, you're going to inspire them because they have the slouch and you're like standing straight. Really? 55% of communication, according to NLP, is your body language. Okay. We got some well-developed people here. Huh? Find out about their pain. It's their pain that they're sitting the way they are. There are some people so skilled, they can look at you how you sit and they know what kind of pain you have. It's dangerous, okay? But you meet enough people you know, okay? So, but find out about their pain. Empathize with them. I know how you feel. You know what? I get it. I really get it. Because I've seen it. You know, we were doing that at lunch, it was fun. Right? Because at the end of the day, the best entrepreneurs are the ones who find their voice. The ones who find their voice. And they find their voice meaning that they have the freedom. They have in their mind, in their heart, they have the freedom to say what they have in their mind and heart without worrying about other people. They find their voice. You know, we have some very rich people in Three. Do you think they care how other people look at them? They don't care. They have a voice. The voice has been dimmed down by our past, what has happened to us. And maybe it's been over and over and over and over again for some of you. Happened to me. And sometimes it's particular instances in life that your voice is dimmed and you lost it and you're afraid to say. But it's not logical. You gotta fix that. Okay? Talk more about that later. It's too deep. Okay? It gets very deep. Always compliment and empathize with the other person. When you compliment somebody, make them feel good, they're happier, they're more open. Alright? If you don't compliment them, they're like down south the whole time. You know, maybe they had a rough day at work. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they had a rough day at home. Alright? So compliment them, cheer them up. Who would like to be cheered up every day? Right? Yeah. That's a big deal. Huh? Your goal is to get to them, then get them to the next step. You know, if they're positive to what you're saying, then you know, okay, this is, well, I'll show you, I won't go too deep into it, but I never tell people too much. I will always back it up with something I show them. I just tell them a little bit, and then I show them with a video. I tell them a little bit, I show them with a slide, show them with a website. It's the less you talk, the better. It's a trick. The less you talk, the better. Because if you can do that, your team will also do the same thing. That means anybody can do the business. Teach them to use the tools, okay? The right mindset. Okay, so let's master connecting. And I have to credit this to amazing leader we have in the US, Jessica Johnston. How many of you seen her on Zoom? Amazing. This woman, so simple. Her team, so beautiful. I mean, she has a special group, you know? They have a special feel about them. So she talked about connecting, because nowadays it is about connecting, right? It seems to be harder and harder to connect. It's easier and easier to connect with people. It's harder and harder to get through to them. Isn't that funny, right? Yeah. So first you gotta reach out to people that you want to give this gift to. So if I was skeptical, many years ago I'd be like in the back of the room, I'm like, why is it a gift? We all know what it has done for us. We all know what it has done for other people. Health is a gift. Health is a new wealth. Right? It's a gift, isn't it? Right?
Yes.
I know, because you had a great story on the product, right? Health is a real gift. But also money, freedom, learning, develop yourself, growing as a person, seeing the world, that's a gift too. People need that. As opposed to just slaving at a job they're never going to get anywhere. Alright? Have some compassion for them. So connecting. A connection is just beginning a conversation. We are in the business of having conversations. So, for example, for me, I don't like talking. Alright? I really don't like talking. I talk when I have to. Okay? But there's some people who love talking. Now, if you don't like talking like me, do you know people who love to talk? Have them come here. If they're your business partner, they'll be like, but it's about having conversations. It's about communicating, about connecting. We're all on this world. You know, they say the earth actually has a certain frequency. The earth has a sound. We're on top of it. You know, we're part of that sound, right? 432 megahertz, is that what they call it, right? 432 hertz, okay? So, but we're all, when we talk, there's communication, there's energy being exchanged, there's thoughts being exchanged, there's ideas that can change things, that change the future. So we're about having conversations. So you can have a soft toss, you know, like a tossing a ball, right? Tossing. When you toss, do you toss this way Overhand or underhand? Underhand, right? Is it easier to catch something underhand? You get the visual, right? So a toss is like this. A conversational toss is gentle, okay? So a soft toss versus intentional toss, right? So what's a soft toss? Let's talk about that. Intentional connecting is like 1, 2, 3. Intentional connecting, compliment, state your intention, go for the no. This is a summary, okay? A soft is like, what's a soft? It's like a smile, right? Or a nudge is like, acknowledging somebody, that's soft. That's a soft toss, right? It could be just a, hello, how are you? On Facebook or social media. That's a soft toss, okay? Intentional is like, oh, hey, I see, you're doing such and such, you're so busy with the family. How are they? And I see that, I was thinking, when I saw what you posted, it made me think of what I was doing. And actually, when we should connect, I would love to share something good with you, right? So intentional, right? You're stating your intention. You want to share something with them, right? You're connecting with them, share something. So compliment. Okay. Your family's beautiful. So great to see you yesterday. I heard you're crushing it at your job. You would be amazing to do what I do. I've been thinking about you a lot for an opportunity. I think I have something for you. That's intentional, right? It's a compliment, very positive things about the other person. It could be something for them because it fits them. Because they're so good, they have such a good attitude. Another one, state your intention. I'm reaching out because I thought of you because I think you really might love this. It's time to get healthy. Do you feel like making some money? It's more straightforward, right? Intentional, right? I thought, Jessica did a great job with these. It's just examples, right? But these are things we can do on like social media and connecting. Or maybe face to face, it depends on relationship, right? So these are some of the words you can use. Be positive. Don't use any words that can trigger people. You know what I'm saying? Don't use words that can trigger people, that can create a negative emotion, if you know them. Don't use that. So be careful, be intentional what you write. All right? Be positive. Go for the no. Because all you're trying to do is to get an answer if they're interested or not, so you don't waste your time and their time. Is that right? You don't want it just hanging there. Like I have this guy, right? Actually, he's my guy who sold me my Porsche, right? So he hates his job. It's so, when it's busy, he can make decent money, but it's a lot of pressure, and you have to do cold calling all the time when the leads come in, and it's very competitive, and he hates it. He'd rather be buying a car and driving it rather than selling it. But it's like the guy has been through so much in his life. He's so skeptical, I can tell. He's even met Kim, and he's still just hanging there. I said, Frank, are you in or out? Oh, I'll sign up. Are you in or out? Frank, do you really want to change? I just want a yes or no. You've been hanging there, It's like, so I've talked to him enough where I can just be more straight with him. You just want a yes or no, so you can just move on, right? So go for the no. So, would this be a good time in your life to explore an opportunity? Go for the no, right? It might not be right for you, but do you want to take a peek? Is it a good time in your life to focus on your health or make more money? This is so direct. We don't have time to waste. And a lot of times people appreciate that you're direct. Okay? And the reason is this. There are people who text, and soon it's a novel. It's like a romance novel, it's so long, okay? And like, Samson, can you proofread this to me? Read for me? I said, no. Just be more direct, It's okay. Share with them your empathy, your care, compliment them, but be more direct, it's okay. Because how much time you have to create your success? Are you going to just hang with that one person until they sign up before you move on to the next one? No. You got to like put people in the pipeline. You got to multitask. You got to put 5 to 10 people in the pipeline all the time. You keep going and going and going and going. Whoever says yes first overrides the next person that comes in. Whoever says yes first overrides the next person that comes in. You're doing them a favor. Be more direct. You won't be good until you're ready to blow your prospect. Until you're ready to get that no. Okay? And it doesn't affect you. Now, so what connecting looks like. Hi there, Kim. I love your positivity on LinkedIn. I thought of you because I found an opportunity that caught my attention. Is now a good time to take a peek at something I think you'll really be successful with? Just go through people. There's many ways to say it. You can say it in your own way. But your attitude is, they're doing good. You want to give them a compliment and say, how's it going? Hey, actually, you know what? I'm looking for somebody just like you to work together to build business. I don't know if it's for you or not, but we should connect. We should get together. Are you open? It's okay. You don't want to waste time. Hey there, Daniel. It was so great to see you yesterday. I thought of you because I found an opportunity that's changing my life. Knowing your background, I believe this may be something you would be super impressed with. Are you open to take a look? All positive, right? Right? Let's look at some of those words. Great, right? I thought of you because, hold on, let me go back. Hello? Okay. So I thought of you because I found an opportunity that's changing my life. So positive. Knowing your background, I believe this may be something you would be super impressed with. All positive, right? So that phrasing needs to be positive, compliment. Okay? Now, master the follow-up. You have to follow up. Because it's not 2 times 2 equals 4. It's like 2 times 2 equals times 2. It multiplies because they know people that you don't know. Follow up is very important. You never know where it leads you. One time when I was struggling, I said, okay, let me play a game. I sat down on Thursday. I say, you know what? I have 20 business cards or names. I'm going to call them all in 1 hour. Okay, remember, I don't like talking, right? So I'm like, I never call people to get business. People always came to me. I was in real estate. I was in furniture business. People came to me, right? Oh, referrals only, and people come to me. I said, I hate reaching out. But you know what? I'm going to go ahead and just sit down 1 hour, try to do 20 calls. Just say hello. But I promised myself I'm not going to mention anything about the business. Because you know what I did? I took the fear out of the equation, right? Let me get used to talking. That's all. Let me get used to connecting. I promised myself I would not talk about the business. So now my intention is to see how many people I can say hello to again. I haven't talked to in a while, or maybe recently I saw them again. Connect. Just connect. You know what? When after 5 minutes, by the way, you know what? I forgot I have to do another call. Let me call you back. When's a good time to call you back? Right? I'll make another appointment to call them back later. But you know what? After 5 calls, I realized they always ask, so what have you been up to? I cannot tell them about the business. What have you been up to? Then I realized, you know what? It's so natural. It's so natural. So it only says what? That fear gets in the way, doesn't it? Once you have the fear out of the way, it is so natural. But then because we don't have that preconception of already what they're going to think, that anxiety that we have. So when we take it out, it's really natural. And that's the way it should be. Then I realized, you know what? I'm never going to prejudge. I don't know what they're thinking. I hope they're having a good day so the conversation can be pleasant. If they're not, I'll just try to cheer them up and find another time to talk about the business. That's all. Anyway, Thursday I did that. Out of that 20 calls, 10 people interested in the business. Wow. But I didn't say too much, right? So, okay, I said, so what I did was, I'll send you some information, I'll send you the website, and I'll send you a video, and you know what, when's a good time to call you back? So before I hang up, I already made my follow-up appointment. When are you going to look at it? When can I call you back? So I did the follow-up, right? Now, so some people tell me, oh, tonight, some people tell me the next day, and okay, so I follow up when they told me to, right? And then of course, none of them look at the information. None of the 10, right? That night, no, I haven't looked at it yet. Friday, during the day, this time, nobody looked at it yet. Saturday morning, okay, one person said, oh, you know what, I'll meet up with you. I said, great. And then the rest, oh, I have to follow up. Hey, did you look at it yet? Now, here's the thing though. Every time I was going to do the follow-up, I made sure Kim was available to help me do a call, to get on the phone or Zoom, if that was the case, right? Every time, Kim, I'm doing a follow-up this time. Can you make, even if I call you, can you be available? I said, yeah, no problem. So out of that, Kim did about 5 calls for me, all 5 sign up, and the one person I met up, that signed up, all 6 sign up on one Saturday. Now imagine if you really do it full time, if you have people in the pipeline every day, right? It's a number game. You don't care if they say no, because you're just moving on to the yes. No, so yes is down the road. Yes is coming up. Yes is coming up. So you gotta value your time, okay? So follow is very important. So inviting, the art of invitation. If there's a way to get you what you want, change your situation, are you open? What do you invite them to? Information like, PDFs, videos, website, or your leader sponsor, person-to-person meetup, maybe in a small group if you're doing that, opportunity showcase, a regional conference, right? There's many things you can do. Follow-up, set appointments as a call to action. I just told you, before I hang up the phone, before I send them the information, I already schedule a follow-up time. When you gonna look at this? Oh, okay, you'll look at it tonight? How about this? I call you at what time? I call you right afterwards. Is that good? Great. Okay, talk to you later. Okay? So set a call to action. Send information, keep following up, and sometimes it's like coffee, it's like drip and drip and drip and drip. Some people, it takes one contact because they trust you so much, they jump in right away. Some people take 10 or 12 or 15 and like, oh, that's a long time, right? So, you just keep going. So master the messy. I love how Jessica puts it. Sometimes it can be messy, right? Because you're getting ghosted. How many people got ghosted? You call them up, they just disappear. Yeah, the DSM gets ghosted? Oh my gosh. We all get that, okay? People say no, yes. People thinking you're weird. Anybody weird? Yeah, you're weird because you're doing that weird thing. Right? Wait till I make millions, then we'll see who's weird. Okay. Getting uncomfortable. Oh, do you feel uncomfortable when you call people and talk to people, right? Yeah, it's normal. People think you're doing something illegal. It's not legal, it's a scam, right? Okay. Not caring about what other people think about you. Moving on. Just keep moving on, okay? All right. Master urgency. Tell me yes. Tell me no. Tell me quick. I gotta go. Don't forget that, okay? So don't sit on anybody. If they wait, they'll be under somebody else. That's all, All right? All right. So edification is important. Edification means saying something good about something or somebody. It's uplifting, it's enlightening. You need to edify tools, events, and people. And that's the thing, a lot of people, they forget to edify, right? So did Michelle do a good job edifying me? Yes. But it's not only the words, it's the feel, right? Yeah. Edification is very important. You don't edify the expert. I've been to, recently I did a one-on-one for a friend of mine, and my friend, I told her, when you join me, you don't quit, or else do not join me. I told her, okay, if you join, don't quit. If you're gonna quit, do not join me. I told her that, right? So she's committed, right? So anyway, so she brought me to this person who's supposed to know know the people who helped Robert F. Kennedy Jr. All right, so somebody connected, right? Okay, I'll do it for you. So I got my Porsche, right? So she came to my house, we went together, drove down to this, it took about 45 minutes to get there, right? So you go to this office. It's like it's a share office. You rent space, right? I'm like, okay, they have the office in this building? Really? They don't really have an office there. Okay? So we go there, and the guy's kind of showing off, right? I mean, this elderly guy, but he's showing off that he was in a Green Beret or retired. And then he was in this kind of investment, this kind of investment. He has a stack of folders in his briefcase. But it's all a show. It was so obvious. I felt sad for him. Like people just show you, all these files? These are all my investments. I'm like, this is strange, this guy. And he kept talking. So, I tried to be very sincere or polite, but then I couldn't stand it anymore. I said, so why are we here? I asked him that. Excuse me. Maybe there's some misunderstanding. Why are we here? And then he backed off, right? Because I saw through his, what we call a shtick, his show, right? Man. And then my friend forgot to edify me. That's why. He's like, this guy's trying to put this show on. It's like, oh my gosh, But sometimes you just have to call people's bluff. You have to be that straight. Yeah, but you have to edify your expert. Or else the expert has no control. They cannot help you. If you edify the expert, don't edify the prospect, edify the expert. I know some of you are so excited about your prospect. They're so big, they're so famous, they're so rich, but you forgot to edify the expert. And what happened? Then your expert has no power. Right? So you don't forget, you always have to edify the expert. Never edify the prospect. Do not edify the prospect. You can say, it's a trusted friend, and that's it. But edify the expert. Okay? Learn to do that. So it's very important edification. So ABC, A is the expert, B is you, the bridge, C is a customer or prospective partner. When you have trust and respect, you have a sale. Okay? So it's the triangle of trust. Another 3, right? 3, okay. So between the prospect and you see the arrow? There's trust. They came because they trust you. They came on Zoom because they trust you. Now, you have to edify the expert because by doing that, the prospect will respect the expert. Got it? That's how it works. It's the same way how PR works, public relation. Like some famous movie like Andy Lau's Agent, right? If there's nothing going on, he's out there talking, getting his stories, whatever, fake or real stories in a gossip magazine, blah, 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 keeping the name out there, right? That's what PR does. But it's not Andy Lau doing it, but somebody else doing it for him, right? That's edification. I never went to Starbucks until 1997. I happened to open my second store next to Starbucks, and every day on the business channel, Starbucks is so good. The stock is going down. I'm like, I never drank coffee before, and I went in, I got suckered. 2 or 3 cups a day after that, so. Yeah, the business channel keep edifying Starbucks, and then, anyway, that's how it works. So, match prospect with edification. Okay? How you guys doing okay?
Yes.
Okay. So, imagine if we're all animals, one type of animals, right? How many of you seen a shark in real life? Are they aggressive?
Yes.
Are you scared of them?
Yes.
Maybe, huh? Yeah. I'm more scared of them when they're hungry. If they're full, I'm not so scared, okay? But, sharks are very aggressive. They're out for something. Do you know people who are sharks? Yeah, they love money, they love doing things, and they're like, it's like Donald Trump, he sit there, he's like a shark, okay? Or haven't you seen the Shark Tank? Yeah, exactly, right? They're sharks, right? So sharks are usually, they love money, they're very aggressive. Now, if your prospect is a shark, you want to edify your expert as a shark. It's like, you must meet DSM. He's done so well in this industry, he loves making money. And then, whales, they're friendly, right? The whales have a lot of little fishes around them. They attract people to them, right? So how many of you know whales, right? So, DSM, aside from making money like a shark, I'm just kidding. He loves people. You would love him. I enjoy my time with them. And you know what? Dolphins are friendly. If your prospect's friendly, you'll be all, yes, he's so much fun. Is he fun? Yes, right? And then, sea urchin, it's like all the spies reaching out for information. They need 100% information. DSM, he's the expert in the product and the company and the business. You would love to meet him. Okay? Now, actually, all these you can probably do in 2 or 3 sentences. You can do that. But just identify, look at who your prospect is. Are they a shark? Are they friendly? Are they fun? You know what I mean? Are they shark, whale, dolphin, or sea urchin? Now, if you cannot identify them, you have not asked enough questions yet. You should be able to identify them. Now, let me ask, how many of you out there are sharks? Raise your hand. Yeah, okay. It took a little slow. Okay, maybe you're a slow shark, but shark, okay. How many of you are whales? Okay, attract a lot of people, love people. How many are dolphins? Love to have fun. How many of you are sea urchin? Sea urchin. Yeah, I know, Michelle. You're sea urchin. Okay. No, but usually we're a mix of these people. But I just gave you a big tip. By identifying who your prospect is, edify the expert according to the prospect. Same as a prospect. Does that make sense? That's how you bridge the trust. You got it? Okay. All right. So take ourselves out of the way. You are not the most important thing in the business. You're the one who gets it going. But to really get it going, it'll be your team. So if your business is not going yet, your team is not moving fast enough, or you don't have a big enough team yet. And by the way, one thing I want to say in this business, do not try to control other people. I understand, I've seen it, I've experienced it, but here's the thing. If you know everybody in your team is too small. Ouch, right? If you know everybody in your team is too small. When people are growing and growing and growing and growing, you're like, who are they? Who are they? Who are they? I remember many years ago, I had a team in Korea. I say, 감사합니다. I go to Vietnam, come on, right? I go to a different country, I just learn the language, right? Okay, so, but I don't even know them. But I'm grateful. But of course, being grateful not only in what lip service, but get to know them. And I'll tell you, living in the US, Americans, they're very isolated. Because America, you don't have Canada and Mexico, right? So a lot of Americans, they don't travel, right? So unlike Asians, right? We're like everywhere, right? Especially Southeast Asia, the 5 tigers, right? So a lot of Americans, they want to build global business. But they don't realize that I told them, they just need to connect with the people. Don't look at them as just business. We need connection. But that's actually the truth in America too, they just don't know it, okay? But, it's very important. That's how we do the business, it's a people business. Now, presenting, you can do it through many ways, like 3-way calls, Zooms, one-on-ones, hotel meetings, TikTok. Okay, I spelled TikTok wrong. Okay, somebody might have been different. Like TikTok. Extra C there. In the US, I still cannot download TikTok right now. Yeah. So it's like assembly line. Somebody's interested. Oh, they're interested? Okay, move on to the next step. Show a little bit more information. Oh, okay, they want to get together. They still interested? Okay, hey, let's get together. Oh, interested? Okay, let's move on. Which package you like? Oh, get started? Oh, okay. Here's the WOW book. This is how we need to get started. Oh, by the way, we have another event coming up. So it's like assembly line, right? Boop, 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 boop. So you just put people, interested, not interested, interested, not interested, and keep moving them in the assembly line, down the chain. So then you can put like 50 people through. But just keep track of what stage you're at, right? Yeah, okay? So it's like drip, 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 drip. I gotta go a little faster, okay? So all you're doing when you're presenting though, I don't care if it's one-on-one, on Zoom, small group, there's actually only 3 questions. Is it real? Is what you're showing them real? Well, if it's real, what can I get out of it? Right? And then it sounds all good, but can I do it? So if it's yes, 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 you will enroll them. That's how it works. So a lot of times people think they cannot do it because you talk so good. You're such a product expert. I don't have time because I'm busy at home with my job and the kids and all that. I can't do it like you. And then people say, no, it's not for me. I'll use the product, but I'm not going to do it. Does that open a lot of thinking and thoughts, right? Enrolling somebody is just the beginning. If they think they cannot do it, they won't do it. Even after you enroll them, right? You're actually trying to answer these 3 questions the whole time. Maybe even some of you sitting here. Is it real? Can I really make that much money? Can I really get what I want? Because you know what? If you know that you really can get it, your priorities will be different. Does it make sense? If you can really make the impact that you dream of, you can do it. Is it real? Well, what's in it for me? What can I get out of it? How would I feel when I have a big organization? When I see people's lives change? When I'm making that kind of money? When I can buy a new house? How's that going to make me feel? What am I going to get? What's in it for me? Can I do it? What's involved? How hard is it? How complicated is it? Or is it that simple? Okay? So that's the question. Okay? What does it take? So presenting, let's keep going. There's different formats. Like connecting, it's real short. It's like 2 to 3 minutes. Does it make sense? It's like a touch, a soft toss. A smile, just say hello, right? To 10 minutes. They're interested, you're going to show them a little bit more. The About Us video, right? Dr. Dan talking, just a little bit. Don't overwhelm them. By the way, the company is going to come out with 30-second videos from Dr. Dan. Is that good? Yeah. It's more like social media, right? Yeah. So they come out with that. So then sometimes it takes a long presentation, like 20 minutes. Maybe briefly describe how to make the money, right? And then maybe 30 minutes, 45 minutes, 1 hour for the whole shebang, right? The whole thing, okay? So it doesn't matter. What you're trying to do, answer 3 questions. What is it? Is it real? What's in it for me? Can I do it? That's what you're trying to answer in their mind, okay? So in-person meetup is very powerful. That's where you can make the energetic connection. By the way, just so you know, it's real science. Your brain and your heart emits electromagnetic field. Actually, your heart emits 100 times more electromagnetic field than your brain. There's another sense that you have, you just don't know it. It's beyond the physical. Okay, you can't see it. So go back. Hold on. So there's a logic, and there's an emotional climax to the presentation. So in presenting, the first part of the presentation is designed to satisfy the logic, right? Oh, what is the company? Who's in the company? What does the company do? What is the science, right? What is the product? That's logical. Facts tell. Stories sell. Well, for people who, I would prefer people to talk, when they talk about the comp plan, that those people are making money. You get excited, Do you see me getting excited to talk about money? Yeah. It's fun! Right? And I'm making the money, right? So when people who make money, they're a little bit different, So, but there's emotion, but it's not the money, it's like, what can people get out of it? And it takes a little time to learn to articulate it, but the shortcut is just to copy whoever's talking. Go look at that. How many of you watch a Spark Global video every day? Oh, we do have a few, right? Exactly. You see? You learn a lot every day. Even if it's like brushing your teeth or whatever, right? You listen, but you have to put some attention to it. Because if you do that, then it's at the top of your mind every day, right? I know everybody's busy, I understand that, but it'll help. So toward the end of the presentation, you want to have a climax. So that's why we have testimonials. Can I do it? Well, if they can do it. Different background, male, female, different occupation, product testimonial, business success story. If they can do it, maybe I can do it. That's why we have testimonials. Okay? Can I do it? All right? So when you have a presentation, you have a lot of things you have to do. You have to set up, you have to have a host, first, second speaker maybe, or one speaker, and you have testimonials. Okay? At the end, to close, is a call to action. Get back with the person who brought you and tell them which package you'd like to get started in. Yeah? Let's work together. All right? So you gotta have some call to action, a follow through at the end of every presentation, even training. Okay? Okay. There's a lot, 64 slides. So setup is very important. You have to have admin. We're not at 64 yet, sorry. But just so you know, these are some of the things. I'm not going to talk about every one of them. It's too much. But these are some of the things you need to look for. You know, if you do a Zoom, especially online, right? So make sure you have an admin. That always helps. You have to control the background to let people in or out. Mute somebody else who comes in and the microphone or camera is on. It's funny. The other day I forgot who was I doing the Zoom for. Somebody had put it on. They forgot to turn the video and then put the phone in the pocket the whole time. And it must be in his pocket, it's dark. Anyway. So the admin need to go and turn off the camera. You see what I'm saying? Okay. So opportunity, showcase testimonials. I already talked about that. 3 minutes max, please. Share just one story, not 3. Share your own story, not your husband's story. Oh, that's okay, but not your mom's story. Preferably your story better. Because your mom's not here, you are, right? Does that make sense? Okay, they want to see the real person, okay? Okay, let's keep going. Meeting conducts. Be on time, is that important? Appropriate attire, no flip-flop in here, right? Anybody flip-flop? Okay. But you know, you dress because it's a business, right? It's not the beach, right? So friendly atmosphere, always cheering, phones off is very important. Hold questions, sit with prospects, don't go in and out. You know, a lot of times people sit in the front and they're waiting for the prospect. Are you here yet? Are they here yet? And the whole room goes, no, they're not here yet. No, they're not here yet. If you're going to do that, do not sit in the front. Okay? All right. Be courteous. Because the meeting is for who? It's for the guests, it's for everybody. All right? Okay. All right. And then at the end, after the speaker say, you know what, just get back with the person and let them know what you want to do not stand up. If you stand up, your prospects stand up and they're out the door. Sit down, get in a circle. So, let me show you what's available. Which package? Let me show you my website. Okay. What name would you like to check to be in? Email, phone number, start filling out. Assume they're going to sign up. If they have questions, they will ask you. Say, wait, I still have a question. Oh, yes, how can I help you? Right? So that's what you do, okay? So just assume they're going to sign up. Participate, right? So it's funny, you know, I was in Indonesia, a lot of them are first time. So I say, look, so I taught them something. When the presenter, right, because they're not experienced at all, and I say, hey, you know, since you guys are not experienced at all, you got to help the presenter. So when the presenter talks about Dr. Dan and introduce Daniel, you know what you should do? You should clap. Woo! And with each product, when the product comes out, clap! Clap for the product. Do you like the product? Yes. Clap, right? Yeah. Exactly. Now, how many of you were with us for the first time when we were in Singapore doing a meeting and then people would start clapping for the product? Right? Remember that? Did it change everything? That the product must work. They're clapping. Subconsciously, that's what it does. When you start clapping for the presenter, like Dr. Dan, woo, yeah, oh my gosh, oh, vitality. Oh, wow. It brings the energy in the room up, boom, like that. Sign-up rate a lot higher. Because it's not the information, but rather than the feel. They feel good, they sign up. They like it, they sign up. They see hope, they sign up. Wow, I love to be among this group of people. Because at work, nobody claps for them. Right? That's the difference. When you have a presentation, it's not the information only, it's not the speaker. It's the whole room and how it feels. It's your business, take charge of it. So you gotta clap for yourself. Now, come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Malaysia, great. All right. Is it fun?
Yes.
Every time. You know what? If you imagine if we had opportunity meetings like we had, 500 people. And imagine that kind of atmosphere. Wouldn't it be amazing?
Yes.
How many of you remember that time Dr. Dan was here and we did a talk, we had the meeting in the big La Meridian, next day at a training center. Remember that? It was like 400 people packed into that room, right? Did people clap? Yeah. Oh, it was strong, right? Build a lot of belief. But you gotta carry it every time. Every time. Okay? More meeting means more money. The more meetings you do, the more calls you do, the more production you need to get. It's a number game. No matter what, all of us went to school and graduated to some degree, right? So we can all learn, right? 100% we can. Even if it's 1% a day. Just 1% a day. 100 days, it's 100%. Even if it's just 1% a day, you get closer to perfection. Nobody's perfect, you just get close. But the better your attitude is, the more fun it is, the better you get, the more you learn. If that's your attitude, you're gonna be 6-star. And beyond. Okay? No clapping. Okay, I say it because it's for you, okay? All right. So building with event to event. Let's speed it up a little bit because we're probably like 30 pages. Okay. Well, let's go back. You can take a picture. So the key to this slide is you got to build before the event, before the promotion. Now, how many of you wish you had your whole team here today? Everybody, right? If they were only here to hear Samson, to hear Patrick, to hear Harris, maybe they would do a little bit more. Maybe they'll keep going. Maybe we'll prevent them from quitting. Maybe we'll turn their mind around. How many of you wish they were here? Everybody, right? Well, if that was the case, what you need to do, you got to rely on events, work with it, because that's leverage. Event can do things you cannot do. Not any one of us can do individually. So you got to build though before the event. Like, if you know the qualification for this event, you can get your people toward the qualification so they can come. But what happens? Then that means more sales come up, they make more money, you make more money. It's a win-win. That's leadership. Leaders it's different than managers. Managers tell people to do something for their benefit. Leaders tell people to do things for mutual benefit. So what's gonna happen? What's the next big event? Hong Kong. So what's your goal? You gotta build now. You know how a wave is at the beginning is very small, and what happens at the end is very tall. It's a wave. It's compounded. You gotta build now very hard. The more people you have go to Hong Kong, trust me, the more explosion your business is gonna be. But what happens? Here's the thing. After the event, you gotta come back and build double the effort. In your mind, you gotta double the effort. In your mind. Because you know what? They gotta work the promotion. What do people do if they make money? They stay. And also after promotion, it's gonna be something that encourages you to grow your business, grow your team. When you have more people, what's gonna happen? Double the effort because all these new people need training. Get them started the right way, go again, boom, next wave. When's the next big event? June. You see? So that time in between is very important. If you let go of the gas, so in my previous platform, that's what I did. I went at it. When the going gets good, go harder. When it gets better, go even harder. Go harder, go harder. When I was doing 1,000 cycle a month, I was like, man, I don't want to lose 1,000 cycle a month. I keep working for the next 6 months nonstop, as I did before, over and over and over again. And after that, my cycle did not decline for the next 10 years. Ever below the rank. That's how it can be. It's that one push. One push, and then another push, another push, another push, another push. Then it'll get up to a certain degree, then you get some duplication. You keep pushing with the right event, you never know. Now some of you have seen Holly DeMont on the Zoom. She's one of the most solid 5 stars in the company. like 400 to 500, 600 cycles every 4 weeks. She doesn't drop. And right now she has momentum. She's starting new teams here, starting new teams here. She's like, she has big momentum. She's gonna be 6-star, probably might be before June. That's gonna happen. But solid, not up and down, but solid, okay? So building the events, we gotta build before the event, gotta get the numbers at the event, and also when people make more money, what happens? They can also participate in more promotion, and then work the promotion again, boom, next level. Again, and again, and again, right, DSM? Again, and again, and again, okay? So in a way, it's like the flow. And this is how you build with the event. Before and after, before and after. You gotta build waves. That's how you build momentum. That's how you build momentum, okay? This is how you're gonna make your big income. Doesn't matter if your business is small now. Okay, I'm gonna show you in the slide number 63. Okay. Now when you enroll people, feel, fail, foul. How to overcome questions, objections, just use feel, fail, foul. Okay, I know how you feel. I felt the same way, but this is what I found. Is it a scam? You know what, I know how you feel. We're in Malaysia, I know. But you know what, when I look at this, it's solid. American company, real doctors, and doctors, right? Multiple offices, this is the real deal, okay? Proven leadership, etc. I know how you feel, you know, because I felt the same way, this is what I found. And you can, you know, answer it direct or indirect. Of course, plug into the system. Why plug in? It's very important. You don't plug in, you die like a fish out of water, okay? You need to be recharged all the time. You know, electric cars, they need to be charged. You know? If you know, I'll tell you something. In the north part of US, in Canada, if your electric car is outside, you're gonna run out of juice. And you're gonna be stuck. So you gotta keep it indoor and charged all the time. Right? Electric car, you gotta keep the battery warm the whole time. Yeah. So it's the same thing, you gotta plug in. On board, get people started, the wow, the digital resources. Do the book. It gives you the minimum to get the people started. And of course, make sure people know there's a YouTube channel. There's the weekly Zooms. Introduce them to leaders. I will always recommend introduce your new person to 2 other uplines. So they have somewhere to go to, okay? Do a launch. A lot of people in the US at big houses, they do home meetings. Here you can do small groups, or maybe at a restaurant, you know, we've done that many times. Invite to next event. Okay, all right, got the picture? Okay, let's go on. Can your team duplicate your actions? Duplication is the key. Focus on duplicating successful people. It starts with you. Attitude, action, show up, volunteer. Whatever event that you're at, even if you're not the volunteer, be a volunteer. Because the event is for everybody, it's for your business, take ownership, okay? If your team is not doing that, like nudge them, say, hey, what's the matter with you? Help me with the chair. Right? Say something, okay, so we can people know, yeah? Sometimes, you know, people come in, they just want to, for lack of a better word, you know, leverage you to the max, right? Don't let them do that. Because that way they won't grow their own business. You can carry 1 and maybe 2, but for sure it's hard to carry 3. Does that make sense? Okay. Keep it simple and fun, play team, okay? Onboarding, plugging people into the team calls, Facebook pages, if some of you have it, WhatsApp threads, connect with the upline. Master winning, ride the learning curve. Ride the learning curve, that's a big one. Just so you know, many years ago I thought, if I can just learn 10% of what Kim knows, maybe I can make 10% of what she makes. Okay. So logical, right? No, but the whole key is keep learning, keep learning, keep learning. And keep looking within. All that you need to succeed, you already have. You just don't know it yet. You just don't know it yet. It could be just 1 or 2 things. There's many ways you can be successful, but there's only a few ways to fail. There's many ways to be successful, okay? Envision your future, have a vision, celebrate small wins. All right, qualify, one on the left, one on the right. Everybody, one on the left, one on the right, one on the left, one on the right, right? So, it's simple. You want a cycle? Well, 300 premium pack on one side, pro collection on the other, you're gonna make a cycle, all right? And imagine if you have one cycle per week, that's $2,300 a year. Oh, wow, I didn't realize that. 5 cycles per week, 11,700 a year. This is just cycles, right? So this is a pretty telling slide. It's a visual. And I told you many times, many of you have heard it. When I first started in the industry, I just charged 1 cycle a day, please. I just charged 1 cycle a day. Soon, 2 cycles, 3 cycles, 7 cycles a day, you're a 4-star. 7 cycles a day, you're 4-star. And why do you need to keep track of the cycle and matching bonus? So you can see who is working on your team. Right? Why you make the matching bonus? From people who are cycling. And probably they're working the team. You want the more people winning, the more money you make. This is a very telling, okay? How many would love 500 cycles per week? Right, nice. Yesterday when I got here, Alina and Cindy took me to a ramen place. It wasn't even 1 cycle. The new currency, right? Cycles. Working the plan. All right, here we go. How are we doing? Are you guys okay? Yeah. Okay, still have time. Slide number 60. I don't know, just kidding. Okay. We all understand how the comp plan is done, right? Now, do you mind if I share with you how I look at it? Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay, I like to keep it simple because I'm not that smart, right? So I just look at it and try to explain it where people can relate to. So first, retail commission. We all know what that is, right? You buy wholesale, sell retail. We can do that everywhere except in China, all right? So everywhere you can make a retail commission. Truly a global business. Truly, okay? Right now, they made some adjustment. It's straight 25% all product. Is that good? Because some were 20%, right? Now all are 25% retail profit. Is that good? Okay. Introductory bonus. You know, I like to say, like, when we started the company, we told Daniel, hey, how about put some products together? People like bulk discount. Well, you can get discount anywhere from 8 to 28%. Is that good? Off of wholesale. Right? Your friend or your mom can buy cheaper than you. Don't forget, don't make money on your mom, okay? It's bad karma. Commission override. Commission override. Okay? Just imagine that you share with other people and they share with other people. It's like people on Instagram, you know, the influencers, right? It's like if you buy with this code, you get this discount, right? Yeah. Well, anybody who signs up with you and through the people that you bring in, they get into your database. 2 database. And every time, when there's enough, 300, 600, ka-ching, $35 or $45. But your database could be anywhere in the world. You know, people on Instagram, they cannot do that. Well, I don't care how many influencers they have, how many people following them, these influencers. They cannot make money like us. They can only make one time. You know, in China, they have a 直播, right? They just talk, right? Actually, you know, behind them is a whole company that funds like a lot of people. You know, that business, I tell you, the trend is going to go the other way. You know why? Because what's the trend today if you buy online? Let me try this size, this size, this size, this size. I'll just keep whatever fit, return everything else. It's going to ruin their model. Okay? But we are better because company keeps inventory. Company have office. Is that easy? Right? And how many of you would love an office here in KL? Yes. Right? Is Keith here? How soon does anybody know how soon we'll have an office here?
This year. April.
I know some of you wish next month, right? So I'm not going to tell you, I can't tell you. We'll kind of figure out a day already. But trust me, if you do March and June right, remember, build before and after the event, July is going to be a good month. Okay, so, okay, all right. Okay, so refer matching bonus. I love to explain it, and some of you have heard it before. It's like referring a friend to a job. Every time they get paid, you have a chance to get paid a little bit. Is that okay?
Yes.
If your friend makes $1,000, you have a chance to get like $200 or $300. Is that okay? No, do you want them to make more? Yes. You know why you get paid? You get paid because you support them in their business to help them make money. Right. Who doesn't like to get paid from helping other people make money? Do you deserve to get paid? Yes. That's the reason. Okay, so support all your teams, all right? So, and it's global. The crazy thing, it's global. You never know where your people are. So, of course, global bonus pools, those are amazing. I don't know many companies that will actually take a worldwide percentage of sales. It's not profit sharing, it's sales, and split it among the top people or the founders. Okay? So it's great. And that's how simple I keep it. So, you know, the Core 3 promotion, how many of you have looked at it? How many of you got the Happy 3 last time? Uh-oh. Oh, somebody here. Yeah, superstar. Happy 3. Give her a hand. All right, I'm going to share with you something. Okay. See, in this business, remember, people would do what they think they can do, right? Remember the last question, can I do it? Right? If they think they can do it, they would do it, right? Yes. Now, out of all the people, if somebody brand new started, how many people do they know? Maybe 100? Maybe 200? Maybe some people 1,000, 2,000 people, right? So, can you help them sponsor 3? Is that possible? Is it possible, yes or no?
Yes.
Is it possible? Yes. Is it possible?
Yes.
So, if it's possible, that means everybody can do it. That in itself is a very simple concept, right? If you can sponsor 2, why not 3? Does that make sense? Why do the minimum? Left and right get qualified. Why not do 3? We're also a 1/3, 2/3 binary, right? 300, 600. You cycle one time, right? So let's look at it though. Core 3, you do it one time, you sponsor 3, 900 CV total, you make $100, and you do that 3 times. And then if you help your people sponsor 3, you become a core builder, you make another 300 each times 3. That's big money on top of cycling, on top of matching. Okay? Now, if you become 3 core builder, that's what it looks like. Is that many people? It is 36. Okay? Now, how does the number work? If we do 1/3, 2/3, right? So 1 on the left, 2 on the right, for example, right? Common leg, private leg, and they just 3 down. By 7 level, that's how many people we have, right? So it's smart ship on the 7th level. It's just on this pay leg side, 1,093 people times 60 points. 65,000 plus CV divided by 300, that's 218 cycles. If you do this 7 level, if you duplicate 7 level deep. Like I said though, can everybody do 3? I hope more than 3, right? Now, that's a pretty big number. Now, numbers are perfect, people are not. So how do you make up the gap? Because if you keep duplicating though, these will make up the gap here. You can't get there. That's real residual, okay? So $45 cycle, that's $9,800 US dollar in cycle, all right? Is that good money in Malaysia? Yes. Yeah, that's pretty decent, right? It's good money in the US too, it's not too bad. Okay, now I'm gonna propose this to you, and a few of you have heard it. I'm gonna propose this to you. I already asked the question, somebody get started. Can they sponsor 3? Yes. Now, if they're serious, okay? we can set a goal and say, can you sponsor 3 a week? Now, my question is to any of you, how many people do they need to talk to sponsor 3? How many? 10? 20? How many? 10? 20? 30? Okay. How long does it take to talk to 30 people? How long?
10 days, 3 a day.
10 days, 3 a day. Okay, so mechanical. Now, then my question is, if somebody gets started, they're very high. Can you ask them, look, you want to see the business working out? Go all out. They say it takes 21 days to create a habit. But I'm asking you, I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you. I'm going to be along with you. I'm going to talk with you. I'm going to talk for you. Let's go all out for 4 weeks to create that habit. Would you like that? To make some income? Yes or no?
Yes.
Just give it a shot. Give it, commit. It takes 21 days minimum to create a habit, right? Even though you've never done this before, but let's create the habit. I'll walk you step by step. Okay? First week, second week. Third or fourth week, you probably can do yourself. Or we can wait, we can stretch this out for a year for you to learn the business rather than 4 weeks. Which one would you rather prefer? 4 weeks, right? Stretch. Stretch. So, let's say the first week we help sponsor 3. But we say, let's try to sponsor 3 every week for the 4 weeks. Now, do you think that's possible? It's possible. They just have to go out and talk and share, right? So now, let's say they sponsor, first week if they sponsor 3, they're qualified, right? 1 on the common leg, 2 on the private leg, right? Next, we have these 3, the following week sponsor 3. Is that possible? Work at it, more calls, more talking, have conversations, connect, right? Just work at it. Let the system do the work. Everyone needs to plug in. Start on the wobble is what you need to do. And we say next week, stretch, help those 9, sponsor 3 is 27. Oh, we better have some big meetings here, once a month or twice a month. 4th week, those 27 turn into 81. If they just sponsor 3. Now, is that a big number? Not yet. Because the following week, they're going to sponsor another 3. Another 3. Another 3. This is only for the first 3. They sponsor 3 each week. They sponsor 3 each week. They sponsor 3 1 week. You see that? One more time. They're going to sponsor 3 the second week here. The new person that you put in. And that person is going to help these 3 sponsor 3. Sponsor 3. And sponsor another 3. You know how many people is there? 228. It can happen like that. Okay? If you just stretch just 3 a week, 3 a week, 3 a week. I don't even care if it's brand ambassador or customer. 3 a week, just 3 a week. And they're willing to try to do 3 a week every week for the next 4 weeks. You can explode the business. Okay? My question again was, is it possible somebody starting, they can sponsor 3? Now, if they try hard, can they sponsor 3 more? Yeah. Because when they sponsor 3, they make some money already. Let's sponsor 3 more. Why don't we set a goal 3 a week? Now, if you fail, 50%, you still have 100 people. Now, just play around. If we sponsor 4 a week, you know that number, 228, it goes to 560. 5 a week, it's 1,070. 6 a week, it's a couple thousand. It's not exponential. It's multiplied. It's one on top of the other. You know, like in the binary DSM, we always teach like 2, 4, 8, 16, blah, 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 right? But let's talk about 2 people who sponsored 2 and they stopped. I'm talking about everybody, 3 a week for the first 4 weeks, the math can explode if it's just 3 a week. Okay? That's the beauty now. So what happens? By the 3rd week, qualify for 3-star. If they come in a bigger package, right? And also, what else happened here? Qualify for Happy 10, right? So by the end of the month, you're gonna have, right? It's 1/3, 2/3, follow, create duplication. For the core 3, you get points from what? New sign up and upgrades, right? Retail sales, right? Customers, right? So first week qualify, the 4th week, you shoot for 3-star and Happy 10. How would you like your business to be a 3-star manufacturing machine?
Yes.
People come in 4 weeks, 3-star, 4 weeks, 3-star, 4 weeks, 3-star. And I'll tell you, that's lacking from most people new in the business. Because they don't know about accountability, they don't understand about goal setting. Now, for most of you, you have done it yourself, but you have not asked your team to do it for themselves. And you have not asked for them to be accountable. You have asked yourself to be accountable. That's why you are here today. But you got to ask them to be accountable also, to set a goal and hit it. You're gonna be there for them. That's how you create a steady business. Or else it'll be like promotion up, no promotion down. Promotion up, promotion down. Okay? That's what's gonna happen. So goal setting accountability is very important. Set the goals, make the plan. I don't care, 2 a week or 3 a week or 6 a week. Doesn't matter. Make the plan, follow through. You know, what we did before was what? Every day, everybody report. Where are they? How many have that? How many people did you talk to today? That's accountability. When you have that, it's like a machine. It's a little bit like military, but it keeps people accountable. You know? And then it's always good though, if you have that kind of meeting, share success stories. So people can keep being inspired. Okay? Take action, be accountable, build from event to event. You got to go at it like that. Okay? Accountability is how you're gonna get to the next level. Okay? So you know, I would suggest all of you to set a goal before Hong Kong. Okay? You set the goal, like let's say you want to be 3-star pro, 3-star elite, 4-star. Okay, if you want to be 4-star, so who in your team is going to be 3-star elite? Who in your team is going to be 3-star pro? That's what you have to go through to find. Does that make sense? Because the volume builds up, right? If you don't know, if you don't understand yet, make sure you ask your leader who does, okay? Because when you help other people hit 3-star pro, 3-star elite, you will get a lot closer to 4-star, if not 4-star. Okay? That's how it works. So if you can get to before Hong Kong event going to catapult you because of the promotion, but you guys still got to work it. Make the goal then from Hong Kong all the way to June. What rank you're going to be and your team's going to be at. You're going to be like consistently performing. Because when we do the grand opening, sometime, you know, when it's hot outside, well, it's hot every day, but you know, that time of the year, and you and your team will be walking across the stage. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be the only one, right? You want your whole team to be up there, right? And say, oh, here's another 4-star, 5-star, 6-star, you know, 3-star elite. There's no glory without hard work. It does take that. But it's glorious when you see people's lives change, you know? So this business is a transformation. First, you got to be aware of it, and hopefully today you start to be aware of whatever you picked up. That you need to take action, you know, and really start to change the way you are. Because at the end of the day, it's like this. Are you ready? Yes. I'm going to play a little video for you. Okay. Is the sound attached? Is there sound? It's important that we can get the sound in. Okay. I think it's this side. Okay. want to check the volume before, but we don't blast everybody, right? Okay. You know, Les Brown is one of my idols. Oh, go back. All right. Let's see if it'll play.
There will never be a point in your life where it's the right time to do a great thing. If you wait for that perfect moment, that perfect timing, it's not going to happen. You know what you have to do? You have to create the perfect time and the perfect opportunity and the perfect situation. So a lot of people become comfortable. They stop growing. They stop wanting anything. They become satisfied. People getting ready to go to jobs that they don't like. Jobs that are making them sick. You see, when you're not pursuing your goal, you are literally committing spiritual suicide. When you have some goal out here that you're stretching for and reaching for that takes you out of your comfort zone, you'll find out some talents and abilities you have that you didn't know you had. When the messenger of misery visits you, what are you going to do? What will keep you in the game? There are things that you think you'll never need to know, that you may only need to know one time in your life, but that could save your life because you had that knowledge. Unless you attempt to do something beyond that which you've already mastered, you will never grow. What is it that you looked at some point in time and you decided that you couldn't do it? That you talked yourself out of it? You're waiting on your next door neighbor to make it happen for you. It may not happen. If you're waiting on your mother or your father, they may be so ancient in their thinking that they don't understand this opportunity that you have. And if you're waiting on them, it may never get done. You don't beg average people to be phenomenal. You don't beg good people to be phenomenal. You just are phenomenal and you will attract phenomenal. What reason can you remember that you can call on, that you can reach on, that can make you get back up? Find that reason. If you're not where you are, if you're not where you want to be, if you don't have what you want to have, if you're not where you think you should be at this particular place, it has nothing to do with the system, but it has everything to do with the fact that you're not making the sacrifice. I want you to make that dream become a reality, because if you don't, you will be working for somebody else to make their dreams become a reality. Everybody is against you or don't believe in you no more. And let me tell you something, that's a lonely feeling. It's a lonely feeling, particularly people that you're doing it for. Most people take their greatness, take their ideas to the graveyard with them. Listen to me, if it was easy, everybody would do it. There are people right now who are working who don't want to work. There are people who hate their jobs, they keep getting up to do it. The wealthiest place on the planet is the graveyard. Because in the graveyard we will find inventions that we never ever were exposed to. Ideas, dreams that never became reality. Hopes and aspirations that were never acted upon.
The question is, what are you going to do with your time? What drives you? And greatness is a lot of small things done well. Day after day, workout after workout, obedience after obedience, day after day.
When things don't work out for you, when things happen that you could not anticipate, what are the reasons that you can think of that can keep you strong? You will never ever be successful until you turn your pain into greatness, until you allow your pain to push you from where you are to push you to where you need to be. Stop running from your pain and embrace your pain. Your pain is going to be a part of your prize, a part of your product. I challenge you to push yourself. See, it's easy to be on the bottom. It doesn't take any effort to be a loser. It doesn't take any motivation, any drive in order to stay down there at a low level. But it calls on everything in you. You have to harness your will to say, I'm going to challenge myself. I mean that what you did last week doesn't matter. Today is the only important day. There are 86,400 seconds in a day, and how you use those is critical. You got 86,400 6,400 today. And what you do today is going to cement who you are. Nobody's going to talk about what you did last week.
That the biggest enemy you have to deal with is yourself. There's an old African proverb that says, if there's no enemy within, the enemy outside can do us no harm.
You have this opportunity of a lifetime. It means absolutely nothing if you don't take advantage of it in the lifetime of this opportunity.
I got a saying that when life knocks you down, try and land on your back, because if you can look up, you can get up. If you want a thing bad enough to go out and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep for it, if all that you dream and scheme is about it, and life seems useless and worthless without it. See, it's time now. If you want to make this your decade, you've got to start saying yes to your life. You've got to start saying yes to your dreams, yes to your unfolding future, yes to your potential, as opposed to saying no.
When you die on E. Leave no dream left behind, guys. Leave no opportunity left behind. When you leave this earth, accomplish every single thing you can accomplish. Listen to me, you're going to be here one day, but you'll never get here if you give up, if you give in, if you quit. And finally, guys, you got to want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe.
You decide. It's up to you. Up to you where you want to be. And you, all of you can do it, because I've seen it. I've seen people who I thought could not make it, they didn't make it, and went beyond what I expected. So, this is the case, no excuse. If you want it, you will get it. But you have to do it. Let's take a 5-minute break. We'll come back for the Q&A. Thank you very much.